ワニース。皆さん待機ありがとうございます。ちょっと遅れましてすいません。携帯直って充電とかちょっといろいろね、しとかなきゃ。思っ、あれえわかった。ちょっと待って、今ミュートになってたね。多分、申し訳ない。ドトセさん、誰かさん、バスカイヤさん、ワルトさん、こんばんにです。これ、今の OBS ってスペースボタンを押したらミュートになるんだ。配信のソフト。俺、手振るときスペースボタンを押して手振るんですけど、それやるとミュートになっちゃうんだな。ちょっと、学びがありました、今。後でね、ショートカットとかちょっと見直さないとダメっすね、これ。ちょっとね、画面、ウィンドウを切り替えてから手振るようにします、今後。OBS のままやるとちょっと危ない。よし。今日はですね、昨日に引き続き、忘れられた都市、ザ・フォーガタン・シティってやつをやっていきたいと思っております。昨日ね、ちょっと最後めちゃくちゃ気になる終わり方して、謎が解けそうな感じだったんですけど、今日はどうなっていきますかね。いや、俺は左下の方に移動させていただきます。さてと。ゲームの音ちょっと上げます。こんな感じかな。ゲームをロード。で、昨日のセーブ、ここからですね。で、録画も開始して、OK。昨日はお風呂場でですね、巫女さんとお話しして、ここが死後の世界であるっていうのに気づいたところなんですかね。それでまあ、その謎に気づいたんで、これからどう立ち向かっていくかっていうところみたいです。まずはね、ちょっと頭がおかしい感じの振る舞いをしちゃってる人から話を伺いたいところですね。あっちでいいのかな。誰この人。らしいことがあった。ウルフィウス。ウルフィウスさん、誰だっけ。自ら命を絶ったってなんか助けてほしいって言われてたよね。助けられなかった。
Now, where are my manners? I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the golden rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? Really, on edge? Is that supposed to be funny? A man just tragically fell to his death, and you're making puns. Sorry, I'm just a little sensitive at the moment. My mistake, friend. But in any case, if you're not on edge,
この人は何やってる人なんだろ
う。But on the bright side, once you've been here a few months, well, it's slightly less terrifying anyway. We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out? What is the golden rule, and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you what I've learned.
ああ、話してくれるんだ。死んで動揺してんのかと思った。
Here in this place, place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and
掃
pruning
除屋
the
さん。
gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose.
どうやってここに来たか、まああんまり
When the fires came
聞
to
く
Rome,
価値あるかわかん
several
ないけど、もうあれ
My
フラグ
family
立ってる
died
もん
by
ね。
the Tiber, hoping to escape on a barge. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people, and they boarded before we could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water rising
まあ
up to
火
hit
事
my
で川に
I
逃げ
woke
込
up
ん
by
で
the river, near that shrine, and stumbled
って
across
いう
this
のは
place.
他の人と一緒ですもんね。
Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me. Oh, yes, of course. A slip of the tongue. If you like. I'm afraid not. Although I did once. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumors. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're. I hope it works. Oh, so soon? Well, be gentle.
まあ、とりあえずこの人ではなくウエストの方を進めていきますか。例えばパン屋さんの人、落ちた人の
just like Apollo and Diana's.
パン屋さんここだっけ？この人かな？死んだの知ってんのかな？
Salve and welcome.
あれ
All right.
選択肢がない。じゃあ向こうに向かいますか。リビアさん。
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue just as the ocean accepts the rivers, but it does not. Say it. Speak its. Then it is true. I was right. I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it? I will do my
何なん
best
だろう。
to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives. And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice. And now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest. Friend, you have
熱々熱々。この人と話すといつも燃えちゃうな。なんか言い伝えの通りみたいな感じなんですかね。ゆうたむさんこんばんにです。あれ、こんなにここ人いたっけ？なんかいっぱい人いるね。こんなにお客さん入ってたんだ。これって俺騙した人
？Hello there, partner. I'm glad you're here. You see, my plan was to give you a little fright. You know, like two friends joking. But when I opened it, you were. Partner, I swear, this is just a misunderstanding. Look. Fine, fine. It's a credit to you that you're able to see the humor in all of it. You mean, how did I end up? Suit you? Very well.
特になんもないんだ。
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend.
こっち向いてくれない？
What's on your mind?
なってる人こっち向いてくれない系かな。
Well, it's a long one, and I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a small village in Britannia.
せっかくだから立ってる時に話したいな。綺麗な頭。本当にね。この感じ生えてこない系かもしんないよね。なんか。
My father told me to run into the house for his axe, but by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there.
苦労してるんだね。
But I was young, and it was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These lead one night, when my sisters and I had nothing left to steal, I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face. But there were more of them. I never saw how many. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters dead. And they left. Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, then I found myself being transported. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. Everybody was running down toward the river, screaming, and I got swept up with them somehow, and the next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. That's what I thought too, for a while. See, I finally had my own farm again, safe from the... Until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not... So, it turns out our dear old magistrate is no better than the Legion. Don't you worry. Nemesis is wait. Forget I said that last part, will you? I get carried away. Thanks, friend. Anyway, that...
とりあえず前から話しかけたいな。こっち、このアングルだといいかな。あ、このアングルだといいね。真後ろは良くないね。
Well, as much as I'd love to get out of here, but Scintilla, Sentius's daughter, if anyone knows for sure, it'll be...
そうだ、いなくなった人の話もあったね。
Oh, I don't give it much thought these days. But I say, let's spend less time arguing about what it means to be good. I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never gonna... But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell.
あ、そうか、この人ドゥリの友達だったんだったね。
I suppose. But because Sentius put him there. Poor Dooley was just wandering around looking for some imaginary treasure. It's nonsense, of course. Dooley's the most harmless man you'll ever meet. Gladly. All right.
この人は特にないか。
I have nothing to say.
悲しい。かわし。
Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they. The one word I kept hearing was vanishing. And then, the next day,
これ何のクエストの話だっけ？
disappeared. Coincidence? I think not. All right. どこまでやったんだっけ？クエスト的にはメインクエストは失われた4枚のやつを集めるかな今で。サイドクエストでできそうなやつはルクレティアに留学の治療法。ああ、そうだ。そうだった。お医者さんの人だよね、多分。さっきいたけど、スルーしちゃったな。お医者さんの人。ここだっけな。やっぱそうだね。Feeling all right? You made it into the palace. I'm impressed. How is Nevia? Willowback. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this?
No.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did. That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollos.
この人まだ泣いてんの？
Oh. No. I did hear from Ulpius that she did, but I'd been locked in Malleolus's villa for months before she went missing, so... You mean my life story? Oh. Well, our father found good husbands for my sisters, but it was a good life for a while. We must have had 100 workers passing by, but they fell on deaf ears. The fire was relentless. My employer told me to grab what valuables I could and flee for the I remember diving into the river and then... Thank you. But to be honest, sometimes... If that's your idea of a joke, it... I know what.
地雷踏んだ。地雷踏んじゃったよ。
Hilarious.
I
Horatius?
love your clothes.
You've been troubled there.
So,
What
exotic.
business is that of yours?
And I haven't slept right in 3 weeks.
I don't make it
Willow
hard
bar.
myself.
And
From what I
this
hear,
will work?
nobody's
Finally, some relief.
Anyway, I thought you Stoics
This
weren't supposed to worry about things
been-
you can't control.
In a lot of pain
I
lately.
keep thinking,
The
what if there is
rheumatism,
something I can
it
do?
was too much.
What if she's out there
Started
somewhere,
mess.
suffering,
I owe you.
waiting to be found?
Sounds like
No.
you're torturing
No
yourself.
idea what.
Leave that for the gods. Try to relax. Get some rest. Tomorrow's a new day.
All right. I think I have seen that plaque. Sorry I lied. Can't be too careful these days. Head into the
劇
caves
場の
behind
裏
the
手にあ
theater.
る洞窟。
Turn right, then right again.
選挙。
Time to go to the theater.
あ、選挙なの？あ、もう夜になるんだ。これ選挙絶対まだ会ったことない人になるよね。まあ時間は戻せるっぽいからちょっと一応セーブだけしとこう。念のためセーブしとこう。で広場でみんな走ってる。すごいなんかね、キャラの動き方がほんとスカイリムのモッドみたいだな。集まったのかな。一人来んの遅ない。これ持ってけんの？取っていいんだ。あ、来た来た。
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and Marcus Malleolus Gurges. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius,
あ、これ
Malleolus!
紙に書くんじゃないんだ。
Malleolus.
Galerius,
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Virgil,
Malleolus.
Rufius,
Malleolus.
and finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Hail, Magistrate Malleolus. I said, Hail, Magistrate Malleolus. That's more like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
政務官じゃなくなってる。
I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth.
ね、この人なんかやらかすんかな。
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found guilty of treason against the Empire.
What? I have committed no crimes. This is madness.
His sentence: to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man. It's real!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
なるほどね。ゲームオーバーになっちゃうんだ、時間経過で。くら。いや、どうにかそのルートは避けないとダメってことですよね。あ、ここで頼めるんだ。
Alright, let me see.
あ、これ全部ここでやってくれるんだ。
Poor girl. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
で、劇場がどうこう、あ、ちょっと待って、この人のフラグも。
And the tree you grasp at.
あ、この人別にあんま関係ないんかな。どうしたらいいのかな。劇場って結局どこなんだろうね。
Keep an eye out for Centilla, would you?
ここに入るのは、なんか登れそうな枝あった気が。あ、やっぱここあるよね。とりあえず侵入してみようか。GO! マレオラさん。これで自殺を食い止めるとかもできるんじゃない？
And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens.
その間何ができるんだろう。武器。なかなか攻撃的なメッセージだね。他にはあんのかな。 というか飛び降りしようとしてる人どこにいるんだろう。あ、近くいそう。鍵かかってるやん。鍵かけないで。演説の練習終わった？
Did you just scale the wall to my villa somehow? I must remember to have words with that buffoon Domitius. Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me?
あ、緑と青。この人やん。なんか暗殺者の人言ってたもんね。緑と青の目がどうこうって。見つけたんじゃないこれ。
Look, if I had a Roman plaque in my possession, I'd be... Of course not. But as I always say... Look, if you're trying to find her, you may wish to check the cisterns beneath this... Of course, just to be clear...
この家の地下。
You mean the children's fable? Wait, don't tell me you... The person making a claim bears the onus of proving that claim. Can you do that? Nonsense. What? Oh, I see what's happening here. You mean that book next to a golden statue in the... Surely, you're not one of those people who believes everything... I disagree. I'll be guided... True? I'm afraid not. We're stuck down here together, for better or worse. I'm Malleolus. I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore these good people by declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule.
Oh.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural born. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Are you in? Why would I withdraw? Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the golden... How could you possibly know that?
おこれするとどうなるんだろうな。これもこれで気になるから一回やってみようかな。
Nonsense! This is not... I don't know how you know. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill. Now... Get out of my...
ああ、ダメだな。でもこのルートも完全に失敗した感じするな。なんか盗めるもの盗んでループしよっかな。なんかないかな。なんか盗めそうなやつないっすか？
No more shall you walk on.
あとこれ出口どこ？ここ開くようにはなってない。あ、この辺から出れるんかな。マジで出口どこだろう。あ、こっちの方から出れる？いや、ちょっと出にくそうだな。あ、やば、危な。あ、下には降りれたけど。でも綺麗だね。綺麗だけど、まあ確かにここは飛び降りたくなる場所かもしれない。どうしよう。どっから出れるんだろう。先生の熱い風潮ガチ、一番ガチムチだからね、応援したくはなるよね。どうしたらいいんだろうな。どっか鍵かなんかないんかな。内側からだと鍵開けれるみたいなシステムないんすかね。どっか鍵ないっすか？帰りたいんですけど、屋敷から出ていけって言いながら閉じ込められてるんですけど、どっか鍵的なものないんかな。鍵的なもの。なんか登れるとこないよね。あ、この辺あるんじゃない？これいける？虫ついてないけどいけるかな？ダメです。やっぱなんか蝶がね、いないとダメですね。ちょっと黄色くはなったけど。まだいたのかじゃなくて、ドア開けてくれると助かるんですけど。どっか。どっか地下がどうこうとか言ってたし、地下へ行く道とかないんかな。ないよね。あ、開いた？あ、開いてる。なんか A で調べた開けれたっぽいですね。どうしよう。ループしたいな。気になってたところが。だって一番初めに盗んだのは、この辺調べてる時にミスって盗んだよね。これだっけ？宿屋さんのさ、酒屋さん？宿屋さんでもいいよね。あそこの2階のあの人の私物が多分お金いっぱい持ってそうな感じだったと思うんだよね。あれ盗んでせっかくならループしたいな。ここ開かないやん。ここなんか最後来そうな気がする。最後じゃないかもだけど。とりあえずここじゃなくてこっちかな。結構ここみんな住んでんのかな。みんなのお家ここ？すごく何もない。みんなのお家ここなんだな。安い。これでワンループはきついな。どこなんだろう、あの人の。アポロの聖堂の箱の鍵。これいるんじゃない？いずれ。 よし、盗むか。
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
よし。これは多分必要なものだったし、まあ盗んで正解でしょう。あの鍵でとりあえずあれじゃない？石板というかなんか4つ集めるやつ関係してそうな気がする。
Salve, friend. You?
とりあえずこれを。
All right.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone.
さっきねちょっと選択肢ふざけちゃったからちょっと別の選択肢でね試してみましょう。あそこの前でセーブしといた方がいいかな。あ、これも元通りになっちゃうんだ。よいしょ。この人の演説長そうだからな。鍵開けてちょっとあの人が喋ってる間にここの部屋入れないか試したいな。どっか入れないか。こっち側にねバルコニーとかあったらなんかめり込んだ入れるのかなと思ったんだけど。
Eggshells, yes. No more should you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe because the tyrant.
矢ってどうやって補充するんだろうね。今のところ補充手段があそこのやばいお家でしか、あそこだっけ？やばいお家でしか手に入らなかったもんな。演説早く。あ、いけそう？いた。こんにちは。セーブします。あれ、演説終わってませんでした？演説いけるっしょ。あれ、いけないんですけど。あ、いや。あ、ダメみたい。ダメだな。バグってる？タイミング悪かった？どうなってんの？
How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirkus? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming for you. What now? Do I seem like anonymous threats of my You don't know What?
よし、ちょっともう一回見に行ってみよう。あ、いけた。
Did you just scale the wall? Well.
これだね。
Nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plan. And now.
あ、ダメか。あんま関係なかったっぽいな。 とりあえず黄金律を破ろうとしてるってあの人にチクった方がいいんだな。
Seen. I think it's best if I have. Ask them. Unintelligent, of course, but it is. I'm the key. I. Do you ever step?
ちょっと待って。なんか怪しい人の話できなかったっけ？あ、これだ。
Well, if you stopped one person from breaking it and you're still here, allow me to explain. The crux of it is this. If you do anything to change the course, to illustrate, when the golden rule is broken, if you manage to succeed in saving our lives, then I will have no reason to open the doorway, and you will never have come here. The same thing would happen if you, say, inadvertently, allowed me. If either of those things were to happen, I am given to understand you would be flung back to your original time, having changed the course of history for us. So the fact that you are still here means someone is going to break the golden rule, and there is yet work to do.
黄金律を破るからループしてしまうんであって、もし黄金律が発生しないんであれば主人公も元の世界に帰れるみたいな話ですよね。
Excellent. So it looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was the... Of course. Yes.
マレボラス、そうだね。
Why do you say that? What? That's... I'm speechless. How do you know? Of course. Well then, you must stop. I can't be seen to be involved in this, of course. So you'd better not waste any time. Good.
他にも話せることあんのかな？
If I will ours get the I
なさそうだな。
Oh, another one fresh up.
Keep an eye out for Centilla, would you?
何をしたらいいんだっけ？あと。そうだ、酒場にみんな集まるんだっけ？とりあえず酒場の方行けばいいのかな。ここじゃないや。でも今集まってないか。
And lets out his threefold braying.
Olivia, would you stop muttering like a deer over a cold?
この人もな、まだ何もできなさそうだしな。あの農民の人、いい人がどこにいるかわかんないんだよね。そうだ。
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons pen, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
And I hear we...
いやー、ナスいいな。
Nice to talk.
ここはさっきというか閉じ込められたとこだよね。あ、ここが弓矢拾えるとこかな。いや、あっちがまだ行ってないんかな。やっぱそうだね、弓矢拾えるとこだね。あっち側とりあえず寄ってみようかなって思うけど、ここもう一回入って弓拾うとかできないんかな。できないかな。じゃあこっち行ってみますかね。
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the golden... All right, well, it was lovely to meet you.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him. Thank you. And please.
これはちゃんと選ばないとダメそうだな。
Let me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire. Don't you think I know that? But why should I care?
これはこれかな。
You're just saying that to buy time. You must think I'm an idiot. I'm out. Wherever you are.
あ、ダメだっ
Hello,
た。
my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! That was not your fault. Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I'd best pray...
あれ黄金になったってこと？どうやって止めるんだろう。なんか選択肢が今のじゃ足りないんかな。あの選択肢で止めれる気しなかったよね。 これでも街は一周してきた感はあるけど、なんか止める方法を知りたい。ここに何かあるぞ。お金だ。結構な額。トレジャーハンター。てかこれお金って何に使うんだろう。なんかいる？いや、黄金かな？怖いな、ここ。ここスタート地点だよね。ここから下に降りるとどこに行くんだろう。マップもね、てか農場を持ってるって言ってたけど、農場これってめっちゃ金入ってるやん。金なんか無駄に溜まってきたんだけど。農場ってこの下のやつのこと？あの人働いてんのかな？
Such a bright light. Apollo is powerful here, is he not?
Was there some... Oh, a priestess. But if that... I mean, I've seen... They've never physically... They've got people running scared because... Really? Alright.
誰に聞くんだっけ？
Golden bow.
ガレリウスどこにいるんだろうな。
Name's Gruffius.
いや、ないな。
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside.
あの人どこにいるんだろうな。こっち側って来たことあったっけ？なんかあんのかな。あ、これお店の方じゃないな。なんか焼かれてる？お金だ。そういえばこっちにもあったよね、なんか。あれ誰かいるね。こっちというかなんか宿屋の 洞窟からなんか緑の登るとこみたいなのがありましたよね。どこだったかな。ここじゃない？矢の補充方法が知りたい。あれ登れねえ。登った。あ、これでこの中入れる。あ、入りますか。
What are you doing here? Please leave.
ここになんかあんの？あるやん。鉄板にはラテン語でフルート。取りますか。こっちは関係ないんだね。ローマの鉄板ゲットしました。ここ開けれないの？そんな人がいる中でなんか意味があんのかな。よいしょ、ジャンプ。ちょっと録画しますか。次の手がかりはどこだろうな。微妙にあそこの洞窟の中複雑ですね。まず1個集まったし、巫女の人に話したらなんか次のやつのヒントくれたりしないかな。いらっしゃいます？いらっしゃらない？どこですか？あれ？お出かけ中だな。特になんもないよね。この辺いる？
On your best behavior, I trust.
Majestic. A new face. Oh my. That is quite a lot to take in. Let's see. If that is indeed the case, we don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have two options: to confront the god of the underworld head on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide. May Fortuna guide.
What? Absolutely not. Well, by threatening, if you, because you're up, it's what's done is done. As with the goal, has sent. A war crime. Isn't that a contradiction in terms? Seems that way. If you... I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. To bear trials with... All right?
Keeping an eye on things, Horatius?
As always, priestess.
Any news about Centilla, Navia, or Kabash?
No sign of any of them, I'm afraid. But we do have a newcomer. Strangely dressed fella. Funny accent, too.
A traveller from a faraway land, then?
Seems that way.
Then let's make sure he feels welcome, shall we?
Of course, priestess.
お、すごい。こういう会話もあるんだね。まあ、会話は分かったんですけど、次何したらいいんだろう。1個は見つけられたでしょ。あとギリシャ。あ、この人知ってるかな。
And in a city full of Romans, you are asking me? Because I am... My name is Georgios, yes. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for making it up? At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgios the Roman. I accept the world is Roman. But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, the plaque you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none of... he cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially... And besides, it makes him happy. So I say, let him keep it. I believe... I knew this day would come. I do not wish to lie to you, my friend, but please, let us leave the live coals. Very well, but the magistrate would not look kindly. For several months now, I have been... Each day, I leave offerings of food, in the hope that we may have a... So I ask, who or what is the... Stranger still. Once I sat in front of my shop like the 100-eyed Argus until dawn, to see if I could spot a thief go... Nothing! Nobody entered. And yet when I went to take a look, my offer... When I told my friend Kabash of this at the tavern, he offered to help investigate. He went in.
デメテルの神殿。
It is the only Greek temple in the city. Head towards the baths, and it is the last build. I do not think you should pursue this, my friend. But you do not strike me as a kind of person.
なんかありそうですね。行ってみますか。そうだ。ルーリーがギリシャの石板持ってそうで、このお風呂場に行くとこ右だっけ？これかな？また落とし穴みたいなのあんのかな？なんか怖いな。こういうとこね、何出てくるかわかんないしな。ロードが入った。つまりここちょっと深い。 懐中電灯ぐらいつけとこうかな。金目のもの落ちてないかな。結構深いね。すごい。ここにもじゃあ人がいるってこと？あ、いる。
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable. Welcome, welcome. It's a sincere tell me.
Kabash.
Ah, Kabash. I know this. I will tell you everything I know. But first, a request. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical. Let us find out with this simple question. Excellent. I see you are. Now, will you join me? Good enough for me. Would you say you know the difference between...
善と悪？善と悪の区別は曖昧だと俺は思ってるから2番目かな。
You are an overthinker too. We're the same then. It is probably... But if you struggle with right and wrong normally, then down here with the golden rule...
まあ、そうかもしれないね。
Well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you see out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable. Because our mistake, so we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and
なんか難しい話し始めたね。
still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the golden rule, morality matters. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. That is an excellent question, and it leads directly to my next line of inquiry. So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow?
いくついかなる時にも完全に正しいと思えるたった一つの道徳律はあるのだろうか。あらゆる状況において信頼ができ、常に正しい状況を人に流すと、いや絶対にないんじゃない？ないよね。モラルの感覚って結構違うものだしな。でもなんかどうなんだろうな。あんの？複数あんの？僕ないと思うんだけど。
Are you sure? Or is it possible that humans simply haven't figured out the right system yet?
あ、確かに正しい道徳律というものがない。そうだね。なんか時代が進んだからって、これの問題が解決しないような気もするよね。
So is it up to each of us to decide what right and wrong mean to us individually? Or must we simply follow the laws and customs of whichever community?
あ、そうだね。俺の考え方大体それだね。結局その時代の法や慣習によって善悪って結局決まってるじゃないですか。だから今の現在の我々の認識としてはこれなんじゃない？俺そんな難しいこと考えらんないけど、そうなんじゃないの？
You know, I think you'd find an ally in Herodotus, a scribe from among my people who lived some 400 years ago. He told the story of a man named Darius, whose curiosity was piqued when he learned that a certain tribe had the practice of eating their dead. He asked some Greeks who burnt their dead, what would it take for you to eat your dead? Aghast, they replied, nothing. Then he asked the tribe who ate their dead, what would it take for you to burn your dead? Nothing, they replied, equally aghast. From this, Herodotus concluded that custom is king, that right and wrong are merely local ideas which do not survive the journey from one
そうだ
tribe
よ
to
ね。
another. I take it you're in agreement?
うん。
Then let me ask you this. If you visited a tribe where they ate each other, copulated with the dead, and drank wine from cups made out of human
お
skull,
ー、一般族だね。
would you still maintain that within such a tribe, there is nothing wrong with such conduct?
ああ、その部族の中にいる場合は、そのような行いが少しも悪くないと言い切るのか。まあ、難しいね。今の自分の感性からすれば、もちろん、さっき言ってたみたいな、人を食べて、頭蓋骨でワインを飲みみたいなのは、できないというか、まあ、ありえないことだけど、その部族の中にいる場合は、悪くないと言い切る。言い切るんじゃないの皆さんだったらどうします言い切ることはできないのかな。でも、その部族内のルールだから、順応してるのであれば、そこのルールが正しいんじゃないのって思うけどな。まあ結構極端な例だけどね。まあはいかな。
Disturbing. And while I do not agree with you, at least you would have the support of Herodotus.
まあ正直ちょっとあれだけどね。正直ちょっとヤバめの思想ではあるかもしれないけど。
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong.
うん、そうだね。
If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
多くの元での暮らしは理想郷からほど遠い。まあそうかな。僕完全にそうとは言い切れないのではっていう回答が一番嫌なんだよね。黒か白かで解決する問題でもないけどさ、一応一般論として自分の考えがどっちかは白黒つけたいよね。まあおおむね賛成だからこれかな。もちろんだ。
I admit, I am talking a lot. Forgive me. I'm just excited to have company. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man.
これ何の意味があったんだろう。
You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing?
確かに聞いてみたいかも。
I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could, and I was good. One night, I found myself in a tavern in an argument with a drunken mercenary. It became heated. He drew a gladius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I woke up
こ
on
の
the banks
人
of
は
the Styx.
溺れたわけではないけど最後に
Of course,
や
I
っぱり
tried to
川
persuade
で
her to let me return,
But even with all my skill, I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little community faced certain. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time to live out our days hidden. They are one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto. My generation was wiped out, turned to gold many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job.
地下であれば黄金率は発生しないってこと？
I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am. I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning, some from malnutrition. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Kabash some weeks ago. Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the. The greater challenge is the isolation. So I like to imagine arguments where I argue both sides. Like so many things in life, arguments are better. As you wish. Ha! If I did.
まあ確かにね。
Did we not discuss it at length already? You seek the plaque buried. It is a cursed object, and I would be happy to give. I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, when the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own. Built over everything that could be built. Thus, the shrine of Persephone became the. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the temple of Demeter, and hid them here. However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me. And it is an even older plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription. We had no idea until years. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another. And even suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among us. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our heritage. But it turns out this game has been going on much longer than. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Kabash's trail. There are certain things you must take this key.
お、鍵もらった。ありがとうね。
I enjoyed our chat, but please.
これ登れないの？登れはした。あっちなんだ。まあ行ってみますか。すごい。スカイリムで見た。懐中電灯つけとこっか。 この辺で一回セーブしとこっかな。セーブ。なんか襲いかかってきたりしない？弓があるね。つまり襲われる可能性はありそう。ボードゲーム。襲われる可能性あるなら持った方がいいけど。何でも調べれるな。反対側からせじゃあここに帰ってくるってことか。なんかいるね。暗。北へ行ってみますか。そろそろ敵出るかな。地下広いね。よっ。いや、びっくり。あ、まだいんの？またか、びっくりした。そろそろ出るかなとは思ってたけど、走ってくるとびっくりするよね、一発目。結構強いしね。エイムいるし。あ、ある？いや、違うか。これじゃないんだ。これジャンプできる？いけ！あ、意外と全然いけた。暗。他にもいそうだけど、とりあえず2人仕留めて、こいつは生きてない。ジャッカル。いいっすね、アヌビス。懐中電灯も落ちたいとこだけど、あれなんだよな、敵突然襲ってくるんだよな。
Stop! Do not come any closer. Who are you? I am Kabash. And let me guess. Another Greek or Roman come to loot and plunder the resting place of my ancestors, To what end? That is welcome news. You really are not Greek or Roman, are you? I was planning to return it myself.
いや、この人は戻したいんだ。
I must remain. Here, take it and restore the honor of Osiris.
あ、いい人やん。
Now, as for the other plaque.
お、この人めっちゃ知ってるやん。
Indeed, I have it right here. I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching for a place to hide from the hungry children of Amit, and there it was. You may not. In fact, I am about to destroy it. Because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous lie. I will tell you, but first, do you know what this place is? Indeed, and I see you know our history. This is the Duat. See what has become of it. I have been down here for weeks, piecing together its story. And here is what I have learned. As Egypt declined and the Greeks had their turn to flourish, their souls came here in great numbers. But instead of adopting our ways, they copied and corrupted them. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, the true god of the underworld, they desecrated it, removing his name and replacing it with Hades. Even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people long before as Kerti, they renamed to Keron. As if that desecration was not enough, they built over this place, using it as the foundation for their own underworld, so that ours was forgotten. My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate when the Romans rose to power, renaming Hades to Pluto, and the cycle began anew. It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize, but it is ancient, almost as if it is older than the plaque bearing Osiris's name. But if that is so, it would imply the gods of Egypt are mere imitations too, copied and corrupted from an ancient people who prospered even before us, and that my people did to them what the Greeks and Romans did to us. But this, I cannot accept. I sense a deception. Perhaps it is the work of Set, the usurper, seeking to undermine Osiris once more.
いや、これ嘘ついてもさ、なんかあんまり選択肢変わんない気がするんだよな。
You will never know. This work of sacrilege must be destroyed. You are too late. It is done.
あれ、嘘つかないとダメなのか。
You would plunge into the depths of the Duat with... If it will help you to see reason. I am from Rakotis, which you may know as Alexandria, the name of the city the Greeks, since the Romans had taken over from the Greeks. I took the opportunity to learn Latin. When the fires broke out last year, I tried to help. I gathered terrified locals on my 7th trip. A passenger demanded I wait for his brother. But we were full to almost sink. I told him his brother would have to save himself. And he tried to bribe me by placing a coin into my hand. When I refused, I awoke on the banks of the river to a stranger wearing a ram headdress. He said his name was... It did not dawn on me until much later that he was the... This is where I belong, as... I think if someone is to break the golden due to the door, as for the punishment that will come from it, I finally understand. I do not know. What could possibly lie beneath the all I know is, it would... Is everyone so contrary where you are from? Good. Wait. You are... You would plunge into the we...
もう降りるしかないっぽいもんね。 いけ。痛い。暗い。みんな思い思いのポーズで金になってるね。あ、絶対的出るんだろうな。いろんな方向があるな。なんだこれ。錆びついたバリケード。シュメール人は何かから身を守ろうとしていたようだ。何から？なんか敵出るってことだよね。これきっと。ゾンビちゃん的な。何これ。熱っ。あ、やばいやつやん。めっちゃ踏んだ。めっちゃ踏んだよね。ここは泳いじゃダメな感じか。いけないね。もう一回踏んでみる？あ、意味ないか。すごいね。朽ちてるように見えて、まだこういう仕掛けが機能してるっていうのは。壊れたシュメールの陶器。多くの古代人が手掛けた陶器を作ったのに対し、シュメール人は回転ろくろを発明し、それによって大量生産を可能にした。そうか。昔からね、ろくろはありますもんね。お水。これもなんかあるぞ。押してみちゃう？押さない方がいい？押してみちゃおう。ちょっと。あ、力だ。お、水が。大丈夫？これ水位上がってきたりしない？なんか大変なことになってるけど。ここもあるぞ、スイッチが。
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here.
カバシュさん。
I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege. But you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true god of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed? Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, or if you further insult my gods, I will carry out my threat. So tell me, why should I let you live after you salvaged this instrument of blasphemy? Then you admit it. You wish to destroy. Many of my ancestors endured great hardship to live good lives, so that we prepare to have our hearts weighed on Anubis' scales, and to swear ourselves innocent of. And yet, I arrive here to find the Book of the Dead contained only. Did our priests steal and embellish the stories of an older people? Blasphemer! have good. I welcome it. You see, the philosopher told me that each time it breaks, Osiris bellows with I can only hope one more tremor will lay waste to this fragile place once and for all.
The many shall suffer
Yeah,
for the
so
sins of the one.
これどうしたらいいの？あ、死んだ？あ、そうか、死んだらこうなるんだっけ？古典的なトラそうだね。
When I Why? To what? But why? What business could you?
なんかこれどうしよ
う。Blasphemous fool! You.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
なんかあれ惜しかった気がするな、さっきのやつ。ちょっともう一回死んでやり直そうかな。
What? But doubtful. What do you? You speak the truth. Indeed, many of my ancestors endured great hardship. We prepared to have our hearts weighed on Anubis, and yet I arrive here to find the Book of the Dead contained only. Did our priests steal and embellish the stories of an older people and feed us lies all our lives? I am not sure I follow. Speak plainly.
?難しいな。この人にとってはどっちの方がいいんだろう。いけそうな気がするな。でもこの人を救える気がする。
What? But doubtful. I did. Perhaps there is. You are persuasive. I will remain here for a while and attempt to learn what I can about the foundations of my.
やったー。何の音？水が溢れてんの？とりあえず脱出しないとね。あ、いつ？よいしょ。あ、 さっきのとこに帰ってきてる。これで正規版2つゲット。
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Good to see you again.
ああ、別に会話変わんないんだ。なんかあれだなちょいちょいちゃんとゲームするね。ちょいちょいちゃんとゲームするところがある。よーし、これで謎も解けましたね。今何個見つけたんだ？あの人どこにいるんだろう。依頼してきたのはあの白い服の人がいた。
Truly, my imagination runs wild. But if what you say is true, should I stop my offerings? Very well. I will trust your judgment, my friend. Now, was there something you wanted? I hope.
この人はこれだけか。でももう2つ、3つ集まったのかな。あと1つ。あとギリシャのやつだけ？オッケー。ギリシャのやつだけっぽいな。ギリシャのやつにマーカーは合わせておこう。あ、そうだ。ギリシャはここだったね。
Hello? Hello? Do you like it? It's shiny, isn't it? But it's my well, if you get me out of here, then I'll like hilarious. Yeah, Galerius will let go. My friend Hannibal, he said he all I no.
Are they again?
今のところは選挙の結果を変えるしか方法はないのかな。ギリシャの鉄板はそこにあると。クエストの目標を変えましょう。これかな。でもこれでマーカーつかないんだよな。あの人普段どこにいるんだろうね。多分農民って言ってるから。この辺。あの畑っぽいとこって川のところが知らないんだけど、この辺でもこの辺にいたの見たことないんだよね。 あの人どこにいるんだろう。暗っ。この辺いる？
I'm guessing that Promethean fire's not for sale.
あれいない。あの人だけいない。
Well, isn't that an impressive trinket? You stay away from my money.
めっちゃ入ってるやん。なるほどね。後で盗んじゃおう。
Well, unless you want me to slip some hemlock
You,
into your next
Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp.
あの人どこにいるんだろう。今どこにいるのかのマーカーが欲しいな。なんだっけ、みんなの名前、10人名簿的なやつ、これか。覚書って何？なんか書けんの？イオさん、こんばんにです。ちょっとね、謎解きというか人探しに今困ってるところですね。どこ行けばいいのかな。あの人どこにいるんだろう。墓場にいないんだったら、暑い。あ、ここにいたか？いたいた。
Salve again, friend. How is it possible that you've you're a bit Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. He was forced to push a great boulder, forcing him to start over. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old... Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But, on the bright side... Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset, so I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. Oh, now, I'm going to keep your secret. Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy.
いや、この人と話したいんよ。
But... And how could you... Oh, wait. You've seen it in another time. Well, In that case, we need to find a way to make sure Malleolus loses. Better yet, get him to withdraw altogether. If you can do that, and Sentius is the only candidate left, I'll run against him. Deal?
うん、そうだね。
I can't. Even I could. All right.
Hello?
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad. Am I going to die in here?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps.
ああ、ミスった。近づきすぎた。次何したらいいんだろう。あの人で、自殺を止める方法を探す。これもそうだね。ちょっとこれにも合わせてみる。どうしたらいいんだろう。あの辺もわからないことだらけだよね。この人何も知らないんかな。いや、知らなそうだな。難しいな。あれ、あの人どこ行ったの？あ、いた。この人はまだ会話ができそうもないな。どこに階段あるんだっけな。ここか。2階も入れないよね。屋敷の鍵手に入れてるから入れたりする？あ、開く？開いた。お、これはなんかフラグ立てれそう。
Talk? What business could you possibly have with me? My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much. An intriguing proposition. Go on. Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that? You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered. I let it go, eventually, and yet... But... Wait a minute.
難しいな。下の言ってお世辞は嫌みたいに言われても嫌だし、まあ、一番上のはこの人の不利益にもなりそうな気もするよね。一番上にしとこうか、ストレート。
Listen, I may not be Penelope to his you. You must think me. Dimitri!
ダメか。
Do I need to call Domitius?
じゃあループするしかないな。選択肢をミスったから。この人の前でセーブしとけばよかったな。まあでもせっかくなんで大金持ってるお店のお金を盗んで終わろうかな。このループは。
you just love
Thea
springtime?
is proof of a degenerate mind.
どこだっけ？これか。これだな。
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
痛い痛い痛い。5回破る。破りすぎたかな。早く時間を戻してくれないかな。ちょっと録画をし直します。はい。お、なんか選択肢が新しいの出てる。
All right then.
ちょっと待って。
Now.
あー、さっきまでのやつができない感じか。ブラウザはどうなったんだろう。
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
もう鍵あるもんね。
Thank you.
あの人は話しても意味ないから上に行くと。
Deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
でここで一回セーブしとこうか。OK。
Now, oh, aren't you charming? It seems our interests are aligned. But first, I want you to bring... Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard. Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about, after all I've done for him, counseling him through his entire election. He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline, I am... So... excellent. Now, you'll need to pay a visit to that strumpet Aurelia. I expect you'll have to flatter her a bit. If that doesn't work, you might be able to get some I heard they used to be close. Thank you.
遠いな。あー、そうか。酒場の人ってことか。このね、宮殿にあるかと思った。
On your best behavior, I trust.
ここで
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
ここも多少はお金あるんだな。
Imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you? Oh, see. You prefer the company of men. Let's just... I do, but I'm afraid it's not for sale. It's the last jug in the entire city, so... Really? That's your move? Unfortunately for you. Everything, except... Well, even if you could get into my locked cabinet, and you can't, you'd be breaking the golden rule. Good idea. All right.
さっきあった？
You stay away from my money.
あ、毎回出るやん。お金盗み放題だね。ここには入ってないんだけど。
Handsome. Oh, do us all a favor and drink hemlock.
どうしたらいいんだろう。もう一回ループした方がいいんかな。
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the
ユリア、ちょっと待って。あ、上の方のね、アポロの神殿がどうこうも言ってたから、こっちも行きますか。ここだよね。イベント発生しそう。ここじゃないんかな。でもまあとりあえずもう一回やってみようか、ここ。
Salve, friend. Well. Ah, another stoic, perhaps. We've all been waiting. I still don't. Please keep that to yourself. There was a terrible fire in Rome last. The many shall... I'd like, but on the other hand, and that's where I... You don't think that's a little naive? Innocent men and women. If that's true, then sooner or later, think... All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no.
That's the idea.
What?
What?
Please. I don't know, but it's a crime for slaves to take their own lives. And a debt bondsman isn't far... Thank you.
You know about that? How is that possible? Well, you don't understand. It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact. If I backed out... No, I am out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
ダメなんだ。あ、じゃああの人連れてこないとダメってことか。
I'll have to let everyone... And I hope you're coping.
難しいですね。挟まった？ちょっと待って、はまったかも。しゃがんだ、いけた。ここは通らない方が良さそうだな。
Salve, friend.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
ワイン手に入れなかったんだけど、ワインどうやればいいんだろうな。売れなさそうだったしな。ちょっともう一回話してみますか。でも他にもフラグ立ってる？ユーリア。
This is outrageous.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
Are they?
一回やり直した方がいい感じだな。一回ループしますか。これはループした方がいいやつだ。
Vote for Malleolus for a free drink at my tavern, unless you want me to slip.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
ループします。今のってでお金もう6000貯まってる。さっきはなんかフラグね、リスポーンして、あれハマってる？頑張れ。さっきはね、なんかスタートの時別の選択肢選んだら、フラグ立ってないっぽかったから、ちょっとね、次はフラグを立てましょ
う。You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the step.
で、フラグを立てた状態で、
Fabia, listen.
Oh.
There's a troublemaker coming into the city.
I know, and I'll take care of him. Just go and hide, but not in the empty shrine.
すごいな、ちゃんと話あるんだ。誰のとこ行きたいんだっけな。そうだ、ここだ。ここで、あの人が、あの人が帰ってくるのを待たないと。お、この人すごいな。有能だね。
Lucretia, no time to explain. I'm supposed to give you the Sylphium resin for Yulia.
What? Quick, give it here. I'm just going to help her swallow this. I think she's going to be all right. Galerius, you're amazing. How did you know?
I was just doing what the new guy told me.
I don't understand. How did... Never mind. Thank you so much.
崩れてる。
Can't stay. Places to be.
有能っすね、この人。この人がその後どこに行くのかも知りたい。この辺で突っ立ってんの？
Salve, Rufius.
Oh.
I hear you've been suffering from rheumatism. I'm sorry to hear about that, friend.
What? My condition is nobody's business but mine.
There's no need for that. I just wanted to give you this willow bark to help you treat it.
A treatment? Really? Thank God. Finally, some relief after all this time. You're a good man, Galerius.
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run. Salve, how would... Oh, come on. I just did as you asked. You're a bit like Sisyphus. Sisyphus, he was forcing him to start. Tantal... Oh. Anyway, I don't know. So, I'll tell you what. I'll... Anytime, friend. Now, I'm going to keep your... Oh, and if I... Salve again, my sister. Now. All right.
そうだ、この人がどこに行くのか知りたかったんだった。どこ行くのかな、ガレリウスさん。いる場所が一番見当つかないんだよな。酒場で見たのと牢屋で見たのぐらいだけど、酒場はなんかね、投票前の夕方しか。あ、やっぱこっち行くんだ。畑いんのこの人。どの辺立ってんの？畑持ってるって言ってたもんね、この人。教えてよ、職場。職場案内してほしいな。ここどうやって入るのが正しいんだろう。結構無理やり乗り越えていった感じしたけど。あれなんか画面バグってない？あ、ここに入り口あったんだ。なんか画面、ちょっと光の点滅申し訳ない。なんかバグってる。あ、ここら辺いるのね。オッケー、わかった。なんか、あれかな、ゲームの、あそこはちょっと光のなんかね、バグがあるんかな。このゲームたまになんか若干点滅してる気するんだよね。背景というか。よし、復活したこの人。
Sorry, was there something? Really? You're going to give that snake? Ah, so you need to sweep her off her feet then. As much as it disgusts me to say this, we were sort of involved. The thing you need to know about her is this. One more thing. And I feel dirty saying this. She keeps a journal upstairs in her room. This... My nemesis. Alright.
とりあえず騙す方法は
Welcome.
分かったっぽいな。じゃあ騙しに、なんかもうあれ拾ってたよね、日記。これか。 とりあえずもう一回あそこで話しに行けばいいかな。お金はいっぱいあるしね。こっちじゃないや。まああの人のお金なんだけど。
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you? Are you? And there's a lot. Well, since you bring that up, let...
これにしようかな。
You know what? We don't need to talk about money. It's so coarse. But enough about that. I want to know all about you. Tell me, who are you hoping will win today's election? Sentius or Malleolus?
マレオラスって言った方がいいよね。
Good answer. Though it's no secret that I'm a Malleolus supporter. So, tell me, what do you like about him?
あ、これだね。
Honey, I'm beginning to think Venus herself sent you to me because I love the way you think. Here's an idea. How about we head to the baths with some wine I've been saving and see where it leads? Oh, I see you know how to treat a lady. Here you go. What? What are you talking about? No, no. You give that back. Give it back or you'll break the golden rule. Only so you could carry it to the baths. Think you're clever, do you? Well, you're nothing but a Pusilla Cemitarius Micus. I was just gonna use you for your money.
よし、ワインは手に入れましたね。これであそこのお話が進みますね。でも上の人の飛び降りを防ぐ方法は何かあるのかな。今のところまだ条件が足りなさそうだからな。こっちだ。もうこの家も慣れたもんですよ。
Barge into my villa and offer me wine. The question is... It's... Some time ago he wrote me a letter and signed it Quinctius, apparently by accident. I'll happily show it to you. Thank you. Here's the letter.
これ暗殺者に見せてもどうなるんだろうな。表面から堂々と信じして気づかないのじゃもはや勝手したる他人の家ってやつね、もう慣れてるよね。何回も来たしね。クイントゥースより愛するグラディアへ。我が生涯をここに閉じ込められるという考えを持ち、一時は絶望に暮れたこともある。だが君と出会い、そして君と共にある限り、私は住む地を得たりという実感に気づいた。 たかが言葉では我が気持ち、我が思いは伝えられない。よって君は対する思いのほどを実際に示そう。私は政務官となり、ちょっと漢字が。これなんて読むんだろう。ちょっと恥ずかしいね。漢字読めないのね。この地位を治める。その横に君を添えて。
Now,
OK。
perhaps you can tell me who Quinctius really is.
H。ああ、なるほど。ごめんね。
What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know. What? No. You... It was a lie of a mission. You were planning this all along and you deliberately concealed it. I curse you. I curse your life and mind and... This is outrageous.
あの選択肢が良かったのかどうかちょっとわかんないけど、これを手に入れた後、この人にやめるよう言えばいいんかな。
What is the meaning of this? Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in. What?
これだな。
I suppose. So, you're not going... Oh, so much work and... Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have... I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal. There, you got what you wanted. Now, please, leave...
よっしゃー、これで下ろせた。で、
Are you listening? Yes, sir. I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money, wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
あ、これででも上の飛び降り防げるんかな。この人ついていきたいな。この人こんなとこ。
Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising. But thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default.
この場合もどうなるんだろう。あ、でもあれか。石板が揃ってないからグッドエンドにはならないんかな。
What now? He's not here. Dunno. The little cap at murder escaped early. Tell him the punishment he gets for coming back. Whatever.
よし、上行きますか。これでフラグが、もう飛び降りてたっけ、このループ。ちょっと確認しに行きたいな。上って、この辺からも登れたよね。
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stinker?
Arve.
お、ここだ。
I hope you're taking care of yourself. Salve, welcome to. That's good. If you're not on, well, we've all. Are you? All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh, P.S. What?
That's...
What?
Why do you...
Please.
I'm sorry.
Please help him.
It's too late for that. If I backed out now... What? We're free. We're
free.
Thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and pay a visit to Yulia immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back.
やっと止められましたね。
Ah. And there it is. Scintilla and I were in love. And then, 22 days ago, she went missing. All right. One night a few months ago, I was cleaning Malleolus's villa.
ようやく
I heard a young woman
ようやく
singing.
止められたウルピウス。
It was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. I wasn't allowed out. So once everyone else was asleep, I climbed up the inside of the villa and onto the roof, just to see where that sound was coming from. And that's when I saw her. Standing in the garden of the magistrate's villa, I just sat there on the roof, listening to her with my chin on my knees. And for the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. And then she looked up and saw me and she smiled. I knew at that moment the fates had brought me to her. And from the moment she asked my name with this warmth and curiosity, I knew I'd have done anything for her. And so for weeks on end, each night I'd climb out of the villa and into her father's garden. We'd hold hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we got out of here. Like having our own vineyard. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching for her. They said she'd vanished in the night. All I could do was keep my head down and try to hide how beside myself I was. Scintilla was the one thing that made my life bearable. But with her gone, things unraveled quickly. You saw how bad it got. All I know is she loved me. And if she had known a way out, she would have told me. She'd never have taken her own life. And there's no way anybody could have killed her under the Golden Rule. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Even now, it's as if I can hear her voice in my head, crying out to me. That can only mean one thing. Somebody abducted her. I have no idea how, or who would want to do something like that to such a... My guess? Malleolus had something to do with it. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her, but there is one room in his villa, upstairs, which is always locked. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow... Oh, I see. I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never...
What you did was extraordinary. Ah.
ウルピウス、なんかどっか走ってったよね、今。どちらへ？めっちゃ走ってる。
Salve, friend.
そうだ、これ乗れないんだ。ルフィウス。ここだろうね。あ、ここだ。
Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
The newcomer arranged it somehow.
Really? That's incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back, and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
Shalom. I feel like I've looked everywhere. At least everywhere I could get to. First, the palace. If Navia managed to get in, the only other place she could be is somewhere in the system network. I remember hearing that Dooley had been poking around.
あー、なんか上層。そうだね、ドゥリーがどこだよね。
You mean where am I from and all that? Judea. But when I was a child, I moved to Rome with my family. Romanized my name and spent most of my life in the Jewish district of That's where I was when the fires broke out. Everyone was running toward the river and every road leading out of Rome was in chaos. Full of people with all their belongings in carts and several hours down the Appian Way, I saw another Jewish family being attacked by 3 opportunists. I can only assume they got the better of me because the next thing I knew, I was waking up in a forest, by a river not far from here. It's strange though because I still had my purse on me. Why would a robber knock me unconscious and throw me in a river, but not... A lot of good it did me. And that family. I don't. But... Well, neither of us had a couple of hours to stand around talking about theology, law, and collective... You remind me of an old story from my people about Hiller. Obliging, he replied, "What is hateful to you, do not do to another." That is the Of course. What I want to know is, what kind of a god? Thanks. I just... Sentius, I suppose. I'd have to be in... All right.
次はあそこに集まってる人に聞けばいいんか。こっちじゃないな。集まってる人ではなくて、ここになんかあるってこと？こんなところにあったんだ。とりあえず戻りますか。いやー、でもなんかお話も進んできてる感はあるな。最後の1枚がね、なかなか あれ上にいんの？この辺かと思った。
I hope you're coping.
Name's Wolfius. Go on. Look, it's the rheumatism. It starts with cold. I know that's not an excuse for how I acted. I'll leave him alone from now on. I'm going to go and clean up the graffiti. Just forget this ever happened. Will you?
お、また一つ問題が解決したかな。
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome. What demon or spirit told you about that? You went snooping in his place? Have you spoken to him about? Really? How did you manage that? Ah, poor fellow. I've heard that can really mess with a person's head. Well done for figuring that out. Really? That's promising. I'll keep an eye out for him. Nice to talk to you.
よし。クエストクリア。お、もうクエストだいぶ減ってる。もう解決してるね。あとはあとはどうしたらいいんだろうな。ジスターに行くにはギリシャのやつがいるんだよね。でガレリウスが立候補できそうですね、今なら。ガレリウスさんが降りちゃったから。
Salve again, my now.
よし、これで。
But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he did? Oh, that was. I'll let Equitia know I'll be running.
Okay.
All right.
Shalom. Sentius. Galerius, the farmer. He's a good. All right, friend.
誰か投票してくれないかな。ここ誰もいないやん。
Shiny.
この人は聞けないんだ。あ、そうか。男の人じゃないとダメだもんね。 これループしてみんなにみんなを助けさせるのをあの人がやったことにすれば。
Isn't the great temple majestic?
あの人に票が集まりそうだけどね。
New face, are they? And may Vesta what? Oh, let's hug and may I don't. We are, but here I find. Would you like? Everyone, and then some. I'm pleased to hear it. See you again.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
Are they? We're... look. Of course. What? Why? It looks...
なんか
You mean do it, perhaps? Ask them. Good. I'm sorry, but... And I'm beginning to wonder if the culprit we're looking for might... I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. I'll be...
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate's orders. All right? No. All right?
あれあ、壁に向かって走ってたな。でどうしたらいいんだろうな。とりあえずドゥリに話しに行ってみようか。
Hello.
でもなさそうだな。
I don't think he likes me. What he said he all up now no.
Salve! Oh, and I'm in the running for magistrate. Now.
これ票を集める方法なんかあんのかな。あんまり思いつかないけど。いや、この人じゃないや。巫女の人どこ行ったんだろうな。
Oh. All right.
あ、いた。
It'll be between set. Why do you up? As I said, As you wish. Sir. See you.
そうだな、ちょっと待って、一回セーブして。
It'll be. Why do you? Well, Yes. Very well.
お、これだとすぐに始めれるんだ。でも多分今の状態だと、今のままになるんだろうね。
Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
これでどう話が変わるんだろうな。この人は悪い人じゃないんだけど鍵くれないからな。
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helver. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
Sentius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. But it seems we have a draw. In the absence of a clear consensus, Sentius shall continue as acting magistrate until a new election is held, 1 month from today.
My fellow citizens, today you have sent me a message, and I want you to know I have heard it loud and clear. I vow to spend the next month winning back your trust. Thank you for this opportunity, and may the gods watch over you.
You and your rival, whatever your name is, you're responsible for this, aren't you? Nobody likes caput murdae foreigners interfering in an election.
Shut up and let the magistrate speak.
Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
だから結局この
Stay
人
out
が
of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Wait, I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess.
結局妨害しに来るんだこの人が。
Ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity.
time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is, a children's fable exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
Death of our
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
else must come and pass away.
あ、みんなが金になっていく。いたいたいた。なるほど。これじゃループはまだダメなんだ。あとどうしたらいいんだろうな。あ、1個増えてるから。いや、増えてるか。
Yulia? Oh, no.
増えてるよね。これで投票1票確保できるから同数にはならないんじゃない？
I'll go.
これでこの人が言ってる間に
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate's orders.
あれ、巫女の人はどこへ上かな。あ、でもまだイベントがね、あの人が超速で進めてくれてるはずだから交渉も見に行こうかな。めっちゃ手短に話してる。
For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Christian, no time to explain. I'm supposed to give you the Sylphium resin for Yulia.
What? Quick, give it here. I'm just going to help her swallow this. I think she's going to be all right. Galerius, you're amazing. How did you know?
I was just doing what the new guy told me.
I don't understand. How did... Never mind. Thank you so much for acting as quickly as you did. Another minute, we would have lost her.
Can't stay. Places to be. Salve, Rufius. I hear your rheumatism has you so riled up you've been harassing Virgil.
What? My condition is nobody's business but mine.
There's no need for that. I just wanted to give you this willow bark to help you treat it.
A treatment? Really? Thank God. Finally, some relief after all this time. Thank you, Galerius. You're a good man. And I'll be sure to leave Virgil alone. I know I haven't been at my best lately.
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run.
これであとは上に行くのかな。すごいスピード。あ、そうか、ここの話か。
What now?
I have a message from Malleolus.
Yeah? Who's it from?
The Emperor. He knows Malleolus's real name is Quinctius, thanks to Claudia, and demands he withdraw from the election and release Ulpius and Iulia immediately.
Are you out of your mind?
That's enough.
What? You're not going to listen to this, dolt, are you?
Galerius, all right, I'll withdraw, and Ulpius and Julia are free.
めちゃくちゃみんな聞き分けが良くなってる。
Yes, that ought to do it. I guess I'll go and tell Ulpius the good news then.
Citizen.
ちょっと選挙
Good news,
お
Ulpius. Malleolus has agreed to release
も
you and
うここ
Iulia
にいるようになってる。
What? Are you messing with me?
I wouldn't do that. You're both free.
We're free. We're free. Thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and pay a visit to Yulia immediately.
Citizen.
Yulia.
この人あと何があるんだ？
And now Malleolus is going to. Wait. Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us.
このイベントが終わるまでこの人待機しちゃうタイプか。
How?
Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything.
A golden
Just rest
bowl,
up, get your
just
strength
like
back,
Apollo and Diana.
and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
Ah. 出てきたけど
Don't believe a word they tell you.
あ、選挙の取り下げの話？
Don't believe a word they tell you.
みんながあれだな、イベントが発生しまくってて、なかなか動かないんだな。
Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising. But thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default.
Actually, I'd like to nominate myself, if that's all right.
Of course, Galerius. That's your right. Citizens, the election will
あ、
proceed.
準備ができたからもういきなり選挙なんか。
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and how is it possible that you've just arrived here and you all... Ah. You're a... Yeah. Oh. Oh. Not now. Oh, and...
Salve.
あれ、選挙始まるんじゃなかったっけ？
Why?
選挙の結果見届けて終わりにしようかな、今日は。もうちょいで4つ目揃いそうだけど、それは明日に持ち越しかな。どうなるかな、選挙。これしゃがんだ時丸が変わんのってステルスモードってことなのかな。目線が消える場所だとそんなことないか。
As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helva.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you've put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
ああ。クラクションありがとうございます。クラッカー。センティウスさん初対面なんか。
Is that about? Look now. Nothing really. It won't be long before the golden rule. I dare say it won't affect me in the slightest. Thank you.
でどうだっけ、ドゥリ。でもな、ドゥリのやつやりたいけど、今日はここまでにしときますか。いや、だいぶ進んだ。あとだってもう石板が4つ目揃った後ってどうなるんだろうね。あともうちょいなんですけど。よし。間違った。間違えましたね。いきなりエンディングいっちゃった。 今日もね、なんだっけ、フォーガタンシティやってきたんですけど、だいぶ進みましたね。なんか地下行ったりとか、いろんな人助けたりとかね。今までなんかいろいろクエスト溜まってたのがかなり消化できたなと思いました。明日もこれの続きやっていって、明日ね、多分明日は終われるんじゃないこのゲーム。明日最後までできたらいいなと思います。では皆さん、おつわにでした。おつわにです。